Okay, so we're hearing there may be the rematch, Decca Heggie v Danny Christie 2. That's gonna take place in maybe later on in this year. Intriguing, really is. The first fight, I know there was some people saying out there there was a clear winner in it. I didn't see that when I watched it initially. And certainly trying to find a clear winner in this. I've watched it back and I've broken it down now because there was no rounds in this fight. So I've broken it down into 2 minute rounds so I can score each 2 minute section and see if I can get a clear winner that way, because I just can't really based on the full fight without rounds. It was that tight, and my findings on breaking it down into 2 minute rounds just shows how very close this fight was. I couldn't break the first 2 minutes up. It was very tit for tat, very even. So I've gone back in, watched it back again, taken some stats from there. Decca Heggie landed 29 clean head strikes on Danny Christie in the first 2 minutes. Danny Christie landed 29 clean headshots on Decca Heggie in the first 2 minutes. No body work at all. You're looking for other controlling factors that would help you score the fight there, but you really can't break that. You can't. I mean, if you had to, you could pick a winner of the first round there, but really, in reality, it's a tie. And so into the second 2 minutes of the fight, or the second round, whichever you prefer. It's a lot easier to score based on modern judging, lazy judging terms, where judges now they don't have to consider the round as a whole. They just need to consider if a fighter touches the canvas, regardless of whether they've been winning the round or not, they lose that round 10-8. I think it's really lazy judging. It's really hopeless. It's an inaccurate. It's not a fair scoring system. You've heard me banging on about it loads if you follow my channel. Last I was on about it was Lily against Tenaglia. It's not an accurate way of scoring a fight, and it really makes judges become lazy. They don't have to consider what's been going on in the fight before the fighter touches the canvas. In this, Christie was winning this second section convincingly for me. He was having a lot more attractive, a lot more success, but because he touched the canvas, this would have been a 10-8 round to Decca Heggie.
Good fight, boys, from both men. Break. Get off. One.
Back up on the feet. Got it, boys. Back into it. One. That's it. Back in.
Straight back in, boys.
Yeah, back in. Go. Break, boys. Break.
Keep it going, Johnny. It's still on. Yeah.
Break again, boys. Go hold in. Come on.
Clean fight, boys. It's a good fight.
Okay, so going into the third, having similar problems that I had in the first with separating these two. It really is an incredibly close fight. So I've had to go back in as I did in the first. I mean, in the first they were identical on success rate, so I just wasn't able to split that. I couldn't see it before I went in to pull some stats off, and then just pulling the stats off just made it clear to me it was a tie. This third one, they're not too far off, although they are slightly different. Heggie had 19 high value headshots to Christie and 2 lower value inside or body work. Christie 23 all inclusive of 7 inside. Christie's inside work was far cleaner, much nicer than what we'd seen from Heggie there. So in competition setting, you're going to try and pull a winner out of each round, and I would give this round, the scales would tip ever so slightly in the favour of Danny Christie.
Back in. Hands up. Wait, boys, wait. Come on, boys, right back. Hands up. That's it, boys.
If you're not going to work, step back.
Wait. Hands up. Hands up, come on, boys. We're well there. Wait, boys. Come, wait. Someone right again.
And so there you have it. Round 4, there was no round 4. Round 4 was really just a fair play, men convincing their fighters to shake on it. No doubt, had the fair play men not been there, those lads would have continued on. But that's, in my opinion, how this fight would have been scored on today's scoring system. Like I say, I explained how I feel about the automatic 10-8. For me, this fight was a flat draw. I've explained for every reason why it was a flat draw. And if any fight ever deserved a rematch, this is a prime example of one of those.